Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Jacob Fatu walked out of Backlash 2025 with the United States Championship intact. But that doesn't mean things are going to stay the same. His legendary Bloodline relative sent him a message after retaining his title. At Backlash 2025, Jacob Fatu managed to overcome the odds and retain the U.S. title against three top-tier superstars, LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, and Damian Priest. It was LA Knight who got pinned by Fatu again, thanks to some interference, all while McIntyre was sent through a table and had to be medically checked on. The 59-year-old uncle of Jacob Fatu, Rikishi, sent a message to the U.S. champion telling him to rep that bay after his title defense. It was indeed a huge title defense, but not one that was marked without controversy. The incredible Jeff Cobb debuted as Solo Sikoa's soldier, seemingly aligning himself with the former holder of the Ulafala. What was interesting about all of this was that Fatu paid no heed to Jeff Cobb, and he almost looked at Solo Sikoa as if he was being betrayed. Cobb, for his part, maintained a nonchalant look. However, things are going to pick up on SmackDown with regard to Jeff Cobb and Solo Sikoa, and WWE seemingly teased a face turn for Fatu. Jacob Fatu, one of the most dominant figures in professional wrestling today, has long been a central figure in the storied and illustrious Bloodline faction. Known for his immense strength, technical prowess, and a family legacy that spans generations, Jacob's presence in the wrestling world has become synonymous with excellence and power. His reign as the United States champion at Backlash 2025 only added to his growing list of accolades, further cementing his place among the elite in WWE. However, what transpired after Jacob Fatu successfully retained his title at Backlash was even more noteworthy. Following his monumental victory, a legendary figure from the Bloodline sent Jacob a powerful message, a message that reverberated through the wrestling world and offered a glimpse into the deep-rooted family connection that defines the Samoan dynasty. This relative, a revered legend in their own right, who is 59 years old, was not only a reminder of the Bloodline's unrivaled heritage, but also a call to continue living up to the great legacy. In this article, we'll explore the significance of Jacob Fatu's U.S. title victory, the impact of his legendary relative's message, and the ongoing legacy of the Bloodline in WWE. Jacob Fatu, the rise of a champion. Jacob Fatu has become a household name in the world of professional wrestling, not only because of his exceptional in-ring skills, but also due to his undeniable connection to the Samoan heritage of wrestling. As part of the famed Wwe family, Fatu's lineage is rich with wrestling greatness, with his relatives including legends like Roman Reigns, the USOs, and the late, great Umaga. Fatu's journey began in the independent wrestling scene before being noticed by WWE scouts, and soon after, he was integrated into the Bloodline faction, alongside his cousin Roman Reigns. With Reigns being the undisputed top star in WWE, it was only a matter of time before Jacob would carve out his own path and establish himself as a force to be reckoned with. At Backlash 2025, Fatu was scheduled to defend his United States Championship against a formidable opponent in a match that promised to be a show stealer. The stage was set for an epic clash, and as expected, Fatu delivered in spades. His power, agility, and technical wrestling skills were on full display as he managed to retain his U.S. title in a hard-fought battle. Fatu's victory was more than just another championship defense. It was a moment that validated his place in the lineage of the Bloodline. As he stood victorious in the ring, the camera zoomed in on his face, capturing a look of pure focus and determination. This was not just about the title, it was about ensuring that his family's legacy would continue to thrive under his watch. The 59-year-old legend. A message of legacy. What made Fatu's victory at Backlash even more significant, however, was the message he received from one of his legendary relatives. After the match, as Fatu celebrated his win, his phone buzzed with a message from a 59-year-old family member, a figure who had already left an indelible mark on the wrestling industry. This relative, whose identity was kept a mystery for the moment, was a former WWE star with an incredible legacy that spanned decades. While they had long since left the ring, their influence on the wrestling world was still felt, and their message to Jacob was powerful and meaningful. The message read, "You did us proud tonight, Jacob. The bloodline is more than just titles. It's about respect, sacrifice, and honor. Keep the family name strong and never forget where you came from." This message was not just a congratulatory note, but a reminder of the larger responsibility Jacob Fatu bore as part of the Wwe family. For decades, this family had produced some of the most legendary and respected names in professional wrestling, from AFA and Sika to Roman Reigns and the USOs. The bloodline had become a symbol of dominance, not just in the WWE, but in the hearts and minds of wrestling fans worldwide. The 59-year-old relative's message was a call for Jacob to remember his roots, to carry forward the values and principles that had made the bloodline one of the most respected factions in WWE history. The message served as a reminder that, while championships and accolades were important, the true legacy of the bloodline lay in the respect earned through hard work, integrity, and unity. A call to continue the legacy. The significance of this message cannot be overstated. It's clear that Jacob Fatu's journey in WWE is far from over, and his position as a member of the bloodline means that he has a responsibility to uphold the standards set by his legendary family. His victory at Backlash 2025 was just the beginning of a long and storied career that promises even greater things to come. The bloodline, as a faction, has revolutionized the landscape of WWE, with Roman Reigns leading the charge as the tribal chief. The USOs have been integral to the success of the faction, and Jacob Fatu's rise to prominence only further solidifies the importance of this family in the annals of professional wrestling. Together, they have forged an unbreakable bond that transcends mere blood ties and is rooted in the shared goal of dominance and legacy. What is clear from the message sent by Fatu's 59-year-old relative is that the responsibility to maintain this legacy falls squarely on Jacob's shoulders. It's not just about winning titles. It's about ensuring that the bloodline remains a force in WWE for generations to come. As Fatu continues to prove himself in the ring, he must balance the pride of being a champion with the weight of his family's legacy. The bloodline's future in WWE. The future of the bloodline looks bright, and Jacob Fatu is at the forefront of that future. With Roman Reigns continuing to reign as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, the USOs firmly entrenched as one of the greatest tag teams of all time, and Fatu now holding the US title, the faction has never been stronger. However, the road ahead is not without its challenges. As the WWE Universe continues to evolve, the competition will only become tougher. Yet, with the strength of the bloodline behind him and the unwavering support of his legendary relatives, Jacob Fatu is poised to continue his rise to the top. What will be interesting to watch in the coming months and years is how Jacob evolves as a wrestler and as a leader within the bloodline. His relative's message is a powerful reminder that there is more to success than titles. It's about embodying the values that made the bloodline what it is today: sacrifice, honor, and respect.